Okay, so today I'll be sharing some of my thoughts on the brand new Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity demo. Let's get into it. Okay, really quick before I get into the video, this is my first time using the Premiere function on YouTube. Just let me know what you thought of it, if I should keep using it, or if I should just release my videos like normal. That's about it. Let's get into the video. Okay, so earlier this week, Nintendo kind of shadow dropped a new Nintendo Direct, and it announced that the Age of Calamity demo is available now. So I went and downloaded it. I made a video on that just to let everyone who's subscribed to me know. But now I'm making a main video on this. So today I'm going to be reviewing the game, or the demo, sorry. So it's not going to be a full review of the game because it's only 2 levels, a few challenges and stuff. But I got like a basic feel of what the game's going to play like. I didn't get to play as any of the Divine Beasts or anything like you can probably see in the trailer. But I did get to just, do battles with some of the characters. I got to use 3 characters. And so today I'm going to be talking about that and sharing what I think about it. Okay, so today I'm going to be using a pros and cons method of a review. A bit different than my last Star Wars Squadrons review, but I just want to try out some new stuff because it's a relatively new channel. And I want to find what works best for the channel and for the viewers. So we're going to start with the pros and get onto the cons a bit later. So for the pros, there's a lot of them. But, Breath of the Wild, we're going to start with the visuals. It's a great looking game, a really cool art style. And I think it influenced a lot of other art styles in my opinion. And this game shares that really cool art style. I think all of the characters and the surroundings look really good. Sometimes the textures can be a bit weird, not the best looking, but I don't really care too much about that stuff. I think all the characters look great, the combat looks great, the enemies look great, like all the effects of combat, the particle effects and everything, I think it looks really cool. So yeah, the art style is definitely pro. This game is really easy and nice to look at. So that's definitely a pro. So the second pro is the character building in this game. I only played through the first chapter and I'm already attached to these characters. You definitely won't want to skip the cutscenes. The characters are charming. The voice acting is great. The animations are great in the cutscenes. It almost plays like a TV show. And when they're introduced, they do like a pose and it shows their name. I thought that was really cool. My favorite character so far is Robbie. He's really funny. He is one of the people who work at the lab trying to decipher the Guardian parts. I really like him, and I think they did a great job with all the characters. You can tell they're different. There's a lot of voice acting. There is also, like in Breath of the Wild, where you gotta read some text, but actually a lot more voice acting in this game. Makes sense. It's more story focused, but I still think that's a very good pro, and I really enjoyed it. Okay, so another pro is just the gameplay. I think the gameplay works really well. Of course, it's really fun, really satisfying to just go and take out hundreds of bokoblins and other monsters in massive hordes, along with your army. The people in the army really do suck. They do nothing. Like, I've seen a 5v1, and it takes them forever. They get knocked back a few times by the monster. I'm just standing there watching. You can one-shot everything. It takes like 5 of them to hit like 5 times. They're useless, but that's not really part of the game. It's not really about teamwork. It's more about you versus 100. It just does add some troops to help you, just maybe for atmosphere, in my opinion. That's not really a con. The gameplay is just really good, and you don't really need any help. I played on normal mode. Maybe we should up the difficulty. I found the game kind of easy, but nevertheless, the gameplay was really fun. You have the basic abilities from Breath of the Wild. So you have stasis, you have the freezing one, you have the magnetic one, and you have the bombs. And what's really cool is for some of those, like, each character has their own unique bomb ability and their own unique ice ability. So, like, for example, Link, he has all of his from Breath of the Wild. So when he gets the bomb, he throws a bunch of bombs, which I think is really cool. His ice one, an ice block appears underneath him and he can glide off of it. But then Zelda, for her bomb, she summons like a little bomb drone kind of thing that walks on the ground and shoots other bombs and does a big explosion. And Impa's is kind of weird. It's like a flurry and there's a big bomb in the sky and it blows up. Also, their ice ones are different, and I think that's really cool. Some more abilities to use in your battle, and each character has unique ones. And of course, each character is very different from what I've played so far. I would imagine it goes for all the characters, but you can definitely tell the difference between Impa, Link, and Zelda, and I really like that. So yeah, I think the gameplay is really good. So now, let's get into the cons. Okay, so the cons list is going to be much shorter because I do think it's a good game, so of course it's going to be less. And then after that, I'm going to go into my overall thoughts of the game. So, for the first con, in typical Warriors game fashion, there is some frame drops. I didn't notice it too bad when I was playing single player, and it's much better than the first Zelda Warriors game. But I played some co-op, and we get into big battles, and we did our bombs at the same time, and then we did some like fire strikes and stuff. And yeah, the frame rate definitely dipped, maybe even down to like 15 frames per second. I mean, I'm not one to care about that. Like, it didn't affect me at all. But if you really do like those frame rates to be high, well, I mean, maybe the Switch isn't for you. But also, yeah, you might want to think about that before getting the game. Didn't bother me. I still really thought it was cool. I thought it was almost funny, added to the atmosphere just because there's so much going on the screen and it kind of slows down. It would have been nicer without it, but nah, it doesn't bother me. But if that's your thing, if you really don't like that, you might want to watch out with this game. Okay, so the next con, again, it's not a very big deal, but I had to put some cons in here because there are a few minor ones. Not a big deal, not a deal breaker for me, but there are some weird parts of the game. Like, I've seen one of the bigger monsters pick up a small bokoblin and throw it at me, except the bokoblin floating like way over his head, and he went like through his arm. Like, he's supposed to be holding it because I saw him later on holding it and throwing it, but the thing was floating way in the air and he threw it at me. So that was a tiny bit weird. Also, I was fighting a group of goblins, and there was a wall, and another group behind the wall threw a bomb, and I took out both groups, even with the wall there. So that was a bit weird, but again, not that big of a deal. That part's just not super polished, some of that stuff. I mean, it doesn't affect me, but again, if that really bugs you, just maybe think about that before getting the game. So now I'm going to get into my overall thoughts of this game. Okay guys, so this is just my final thoughts on the demo. You have to remember it's a demo, so it's not the full game. Haven't played the full game. Just my thoughts on the demo though. It seemed really good. All the characters seemed different and unique, and they were all really good, really fun to play. All the levels were fun to play. I was having fun the whole time. Seems to be a really good game. It's not like a Breath of the Wild crazy masterpiece game, you know, like that was revolutionary to open world games. But it is just a fun Warriors game. Do note that holiday season is coming up, so you know you got Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate coming up. So there will be some sales, Black Friday, just holiday sales, you know. So I'm not sure if this game will go on sale then, just because it is a rather new game. But you know, sometimes these stores, like separate from Nintendo, put them on sale just to try to get some extra sales during the holidays. So you never know. So you might want to wait, see what happens, or maybe look it up, find some insider's opinion on this, because I'm definitely not an insider. I'm just a YouTuber. So yeah, I think the game's really good. Sorry for not many videos recently. I've had like a cough and really dry throat. Don't worry, I got tested. I don't have COVID, but it's been kind of hard to record like a video like this when I'm coughing a lot. So I'm back, starting to feel better now, and there should be more videos. So again, if you like the premiere feature, let me know down below in the comments. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you are planning to get this game or if you have the demo and what you thought of it. So I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.